Amazon FBA is not worth starting in 2024 if you're still trying to do old school private label or wholesale techniques. And that's because there's over 9 million Amazon sellers with 4,000 new sellers joining every day. And Amazon is getting really saturated. But Amazon is a $1.6 trillion company. That's not a $1 million company. That's not a $1 billion company. That's a $1.6 trillion company. And Amazon makes up 50% of all e-commerce sales that happen here in the United States. But still, there are 5 reasons why many people think it's too late to sell on Amazon in 2024. Amazon is oversaturated. China can steal your product. The coming recession is going to kill all your sales, plus 2 other massive reasons I'll reveal at the end of the video. And if you are looking to start an Amazon FBA business, you need to know how worried you should be about each of these different issues. And I will tell you how concerned you should be about each of these on a scale from 1 to 10, and how you can still succeed on Amazon in 2024, because 66% of all the sales that happen on Amazon.com's website are by third-party sellers. That's people like you and me selling our products on Amazon.com. And over 400,000 people have made at least $100,000 selling on Amazon. But maybe the most important reason why I don't think it's too late to sell on Amazon is this one chart here. And Amazon.com was started in July 1994. For the first 3 years, they only sold books on their website. Then they started to expand and started to sell CDs, toys, and electronics. But it wasn't until the year 2000 that Amazon.com started allowing third-party sellers, that's people like you and me, to start selling our products on their website. And at this point, they only had around 20 million customers coming to their website. But since there was no one selling products on the website, all you had to do was start an Amazon seller account, put up any junk product, and you would make a ton of money. And so yes, selling on Amazon has gotten harder. But nowadays, instead of there only being 20 million customers, there's over 300 million customers with over 200 million Prime customers. And even though there are 9 million Amazon sellers, there's only about 2 million that are active Amazon sellers. And of those 2 million active Amazon sellers, only 1 million of them are in the United States. But the most important reason why it's not too late to sell on Amazon is because every single year, Amazon's revenue is growing. In 2010, Amazon only did $34 billion in sales. Compare that to last year, where they did over $700 billion in sales, and this year, where they're projected to do over $800 billion in sales, and every single year, their sales are going to be growing. On top of that, e-commerce, which is people buying things online, is growing every single year. In 2022, e-commerce made up about 16% of all retail sales. Last year, it was over 17%. And this year, it's projected to be almost 20%, and it's going to continue to grow every single year. So right now is the perfect time to start selling products online. But I don't want you to take my word for it. Let's go over the most common concerns that people have with starting Amazon right now in 2024. And I'm gonna rate them for you out of 10, how worried you should be, as well as show you how you can avoid some of the common traps that people fall into when selling on Amazon. But before I do that, you need to know that there are 3 common ways that people sell on Amazon. And some of these ways are better to use than others. There's even a 4th way to sell on Amazon that I developed and I've used to make over $5 million with Amazon. And I'm gonna share that with you later in this video. And warning, selling on Amazon has changed. And here's the first common way that people use to sell products on Amazon. And it's called retail arbitrage. And it's where you buy a product like this cute dog treadmill that I found on a website like Walmart.com, where you can buy products at a discount. And this product is being sold for $199, but yet this exact same product is being sold on Amazon.com for over $600. So all you need to do is buy the product from Walmart.com, list that product on Amazon.com, sell it for the increased price, and you can keep all the profit. Now, the problem with retail arbitrage is you're going to constantly need to be looking for new products to sell. And as other people find that same product, it's going to make it so the price on Amazon goes down and ultimately make it so you don't have any profit in the long run. So instead, a lot of people use a wholesale technique. This is where you can buy a product like this smart fitness hoop that I found for just $15 using a wholesale discount, and then sell that exact same product on Amazon.com for the increased price of $30. Buy the product, sell it at a discount, and you can keep the profit. Now, the good thing about this is you can keep selling the same product over and over again because it's not just a flash sale. The problem is still other Amazon sellers could find this product and sell the exact same product as you, which makes this way of selling on Amazon extremely saturated. So the third common option that people will use is called private label. And this product right here is doing $1.2 million in sales every single month. And you can find out how much any product on Amazon is doing. All you have to do is go to the product listing page, scroll down to the best-selling rank number, copy that into this free Jungle Scout sales estimator tool, and then select the marketplace and the category, hit enter, and we can see that this product is selling over 40,000 units per month. And when you multiply that by the cost of the product, we can see that this product is making over $1.2 million every single month. And even though this product is being sold for $26 on Amazon, we can go to a website called Alibaba.com, which allows you to buy products overseas for cheap. And we can see that this exact same product is being sold for $1.42. So what you can do is buy this product in bulk, slap your own private label brand on it, sell it on Amazon for the increased price of $26, and you can keep all the profit. And 59% of all Amazon sellers use the private label method. And this used to work really well. And you can still get lucky and sometimes find a product where the private label method will work. But if there's nothing unique or special about your product, there's nothing stopping someone else from coming and copying the same exact product, putting their own brand on it, and undercutting you on price. And that's why I created this fourth way of selling on Amazon that has all the benefits of private label without any of the issues of people copying you. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Travis, and make sure to hit the like button because in this video, I'm gonna share with you the exact method that I've used to do over $5 million in sales. I've since taught this to people like Brent, who last year did over $1 million in sales, even though when he started this business, he had a full-time job as a first responder helicopter pilot and was raising a family of 4. And I'll show you more in depth my technique for selling on Amazon later in this video. But let's talk about the 5 common reasons why people say it's too late to sell on Amazon. And I'm gonna rate out of 10 each one of these to see how worried you should actually be. And before I get into that, I do want to let you know that if you are looking for some extra help to sell on Amazon, I am opening up 50 spots to beta test version 5.0 of my Amazon FBA program. I've had a ton of people go through it, a ton of success stories, and if you want more information about that, there is a link down below in the description. But the first reason why people say it's too late to sell on Amazon is because Amazon is oversaturated, and we've talked about that a lot in this video. As I've mentioned, over 9 million sellers, but there's only really 1 million active sellers. And considering that over 43% of all sellers have made at least $100,000, I don't really think that Amazon is oversaturated. The problem is, it's not that Amazon's oversaturated, it's that certain products, certain product categories are oversaturated, and everyone's trying to sell the same thing. And if everyone's zigging, you need to zag. And the way to do that is to find a unique product, an interesting product that no one else is selling. Ideally, you want to create what I call a passion product. This is a product that's better than the competition. It's not just the same product as everyone else with your own brand on it. This is where you make a product that's better than everyone else. Now, you might be wondering, how do you find these products? And there's a tool called Helium 10. And you need to understand that the key to success on Amazon is to understand that Amazon.com is just a search engine that people go to and they type in what they want to buy. If you can find out what people are typing into the search bar in Amazon, you can find out what they want to buy. And if you know what they want to buy, you can sell them that exact same product. And that's what this tool, Helium 10, does. I do have the hookup with Helium 10. There is a link down below with a discount code. You can also use that link to sign up for the free version of Helium 10. And let me show you how to use Helium 10 to find a profitable product to sell on Amazon. And AJ was an out-of-work bartender. He lost his job during the pandemic. He didn't know how he was going to pay the rent. So he ended up joining my Amazon FBA program, and I helped him find a product to sell on Amazon that he was actually passionate about. He knew that people were interested in learning how to make cocktails, and we went to the Helium 10 tool and we typed in cocktails, and it gave us a bunch of ideas for products related to cocktails. And one of the ideas that it came up with was cocktail flashcards. And we saw that thousands of people per month were searching for things like cocktail recipe cards, bartender flashcards, and other related phrases. So we took the idea that we found using Helium 10 and turned it into a real product. And the key here was there was no other product like this on the market. There was a lot of other cocktail recipe books, but people were specifically searching for cocktail recipe flashcards. So we created the product for them, sold it on Amazon, and in his first year, AJ ended up making over $500,000 in sales. And I've since repeated this process over and over again. So how worried should you actually be that Amazon is oversaturated? And I would say that this is about a 4 out of 10. If you follow all the advice that I give to you on this YouTube channel and in my Amazon FBA program, you don't really need to be that worried about people copying you because your product and brand are going to be better than theirs. Plus, because you are the first to market, it doesn't really matter if competitors come in. For instance, with my first real Amazon FBA passion product, in my first year, I did over $300,000 in sales, over $120,000 in profit. The next year, I had a bunch of competitors come in and it actually increased my sales. That next year, I did over $400,000 in sales, over $150,000 in profit. And that's because when you're the first to market, when competitors come in, they don't steal your market share. They actually grow the entire pie. My product was the first keto nut butter on Amazon. And when other people started marketing their keto nut butters on Amazon, it actually made it so that there was more customers and that everyone ended up winning. The next fear people have when selling on Amazon is China. And this is a 10 out of 10 thing that you should be concerned about. But I'll share with you some tips on how you can get this down to a 2 out of 10 about how concerned you should be. And the problem with China is if you have a successful product, they will copy your product, they will sell it for cheaper, and sometimes your own manufacturer will even rip off your product idea and sell it on Amazon for a discounted price, making it so you will pretty much go out of business. But there are solutions to stopping your manufacturer or anyone in China from copying your product. The first option is to get a patent on your product, and you can actually get a provisional patent which gives you protection for up to a year for just $75. Another option is you can have your manufacturer sign an NNN. An NNN stands for non-disclosure, non-use, and non-circumvention. This is basically like an NDA, but NDAs don't actually work in China, where the NNN will effectively stop your manufacturer from copying your product. You can even go as far as getting your product patented in China. But the real secret here, and the reason that in the long run, China won't win, is because you are better at branding and social media than China will ever be. When you're selling your passion product on Amazon, you will understand the market. You'll understand the customers better than China will, which means that you can create better branding. And if you want to, you can create better marketing using things like social media that'll promote your product. In fact, this is one of the biggest things I talk about in my Amazon FBA program, and registration for that is going to be closing in just a couple days because I want to get started ASAP helping you to start your own Amazon business. And so even though you should be worried about China when you're selling on Amazon, if you follow all the steps I talk about, you really shouldn't be that worried. Not to mention that you can use sites like thomasnet.com to find a manufacturer here in the United States. But I know a lot of people are concerned that there's going to be a recession and that inflation is getting out of control. And it's true, the stock market was crashing, crypto was crashing, but a lot of those things are starting to rebound. Though according to experts, we're still not out of the woods yet. But one thing you should understand is that 50% of all Fortune 500 companies, these are the 500 most successful companies in the world, 50% of them were started during a recession. So just because there's a recession doesn't mean that you can't start a successful business. In fact, when we look at how the stock market performs compared to how Amazon sales have been, it doesn't matter. Whether it's good times or bad times, Amazon sales have been going up every single year. And that's because even if people are buying things less, every year they're buying more and more things online. So it ends up balancing out and making it so that right now is the perfect time to start selling your products online. Now, inflation is a whole nother thing. Shipping costs have been going up like crazy. They're up 23%. On top of that, a lot of raw materials and goods have been going up in price as well. And this is one of the best parts about being a business owner, because if you have a salary job and prices go up, tough luck. You're probably not going to get a raise. But if you're a business owner and prices are going up, guess what? You get to also raise your prices, which means that your profit margins are going to be about the same. And this is why I always tell people it's better to be a business owner than work for a business. And I would rate this a 5 out of 10 as far as concerns, because there are certain categories that during a recession will go down in sales. But there's certain products that you can sell that even during a recession, people are still going to want to buy. Things like groceries or items for their babies or pets. And during a recession, people still want pleasure, so they'll buy things like candy. So if you really think that there's going to be a recession, create products that will thrive during a recession. The truth about this is none of us actually know. Every single year, people are saying the economy is going to collapse and then it continues to go up. So don't focus on the worst case scenario. That's what most people do. They get stuck in analysis paralysis and they never actually start their online business because they're too afraid that it might fail. And I understand that it's scary because there are a lot of costs involved. And this is the fourth reason why a lot of people say that it's too late to sell on Amazon. And yes, when you're starting an Amazon business, it does cost money. Though, I will share with you in just a minute a technique that you can use to start your Amazon business even if you have $0. And that's actually what AJ did. When he was starting this business, he didn't have any money, but he was able to raise all that money in pre-sales before he ever did his first production run. But the question is, how much do you actually need to start selling on Amazon? And around 11% of people were able to start on Amazon for less than $500. 13% of people were able to start their Amazon business with between $500 to $1,000. 15% were able to start it with between $1,000 to $2,500. 18% with between $2,500 to $5,000. 19% between $5,000 and $10,000. And around 22% of Amazon sellers started their business with more than $10,000. And when selling on Amazon, not only do you have the startup costs, you also have the 15% Amazon selling fee. When you sell on Amazon's platform, they charge you 15% of the total cost of your product as a fee. Though there is a trick, you can use the brand referral program to get that percentage from 15% down to 5%. There's also the optional Amazon FBA fee, and FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. If you're selling on Amazon, you want to take advantage of the FBA program because when you use the FBA program, it allows the products that you're selling to be Prime eligible. And Amazon is more likely to promote Prime eligible products because people love buying Prime products because they can get the products shipped to them within 2 days. And Prime products end up getting 5 times as many sales as non-Prime products. And the way that the FBA program works is you have the products that you want to sell on Amazon's website that you want to be Prime eligible. You send those products to Amazon's warehouse, and when you get an order, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that product out to the customer. But of course, this is not free. You're going to have to pay the FBA fee. And the cost for the FBA fee depends on the size of your product. For instance, for my first passion product, it was around $4 per unit that I sold. And the Amazon FBA fee covers the cost that Amazon has to pay for an employee to go and pick your product off from the shelves, wrap it up, get it ready to be shipped out. It also covers the cost of postage. A lot of people think that Amazon is ripping them off because they're charging so much money. But let me tell you right now, I used to send all my products myself to customers, and it was a lot of work. Plus you still had to pay for postage. So yes, even though Amazon does charge a fee for this, it makes your life so much better. I would send all my products directly from my manufacturer into the Amazon warehouse, which meant that I didn't even need to live in the United States. I actually spent the first few years of my Amazon business traveling the world, living in a bunch of different locations. I even, with the money that I made from my Amazon business, bought a beach house down in Mexico, lived there for about 6 months, and my business kept running. And so overall, I would give this concern of costs a rating of 3 out of 10 because a lot of people tell me Amazon is taking so much money. But last year alone, Amazon spent over $40 billion getting new customers. So they spend a lot of money to get those customers. They make it easy for you to sell on their website. Think about that 15% Amazon selling fee as a cost of marketing. And trust me, that's a lot less money than most people spend on their marketing. The fifth common reason why people say it's too late to sell on Amazon is because it used to be easier. And it's true. 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was easier to sell on Amazon than it is now. But 66% of Amazon sellers say that they wish they would have started sooner. And every year for the last 4 years, people have asked me this question, is it too late to sell on Amazon? And every year I say no. Get started now. And most of those same people end up coming back to me the next year and say, oh, I wish I would have started last year. What about now? Now is it too late? And the truth is, it's not too late to start selling on Amazon. But every single moment, every single year that you wait to start your journey, it's gonna get a little bit harder. And I will show you 3 things that you need to know to guarantee success on Amazon in just 1 minute. But you need to know, and most people, including myself, struggle with analysis paralysis. You hear about a great opportunity and you think to yourself, oh, this must be too good to be true. So you wait and you analyze and you try to figure out, do you want to jump into the deep end? And I want to let you know that this mistake is costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I did this with my first Amazon FBA product. I had the idea a year before I ever launched it. And when I launched my product, I made over $100,000 in profit in my first year, which means that if I would have actually taken action and launched my product a year earlier, I would have an extra $100,000 in my bank account today. But I was scared because I didn't know if my product was going to be successful. And I was so focused on the small amount of money that I had to spend to start my business, and I was afraid that I was going to lose it, that I didn't think about the possibility about how much money I could actually make. And this is a common mistake that new Amazon sellers fall victim to. Brent had his idea for his product a year before he actually launched it. He makes over $20,000 in profit every single month. If he would have launched his product a year earlier, he'd have an extra $200,000 in his bank. So right now, I want to help you to make sure that you don't make the same mistake. Most people are stuck in that analysis paralysis because they don't know the exact formula that they should use to launch a product. Other people are scared because they don't know anyone that's actually had success making money online. And this is the 3 things that you need. You need a step-by-step formula. You need someone that's going to show you how to do it. And you need a community of other people because you're going to have questions along the journey. And you need to make sure that you have people that are there for you to answer your questions. And I do have a free 8-hour step-by-step Amazon FBA course. But if you're looking for more help, if you're looking for a community, if you're looking to have access to live weekly Q&A calls with either myself or one of my coaches for any time that you get stuck, then you're going to want to join my Amazon FBA program. You absolutely don't need to. You can figure out how to do this on your own, but it's gonna take you longer. And as I mentioned, the longer it takes you, the more money that you're missing out on. Also, a lot of people that end up going down this journey by themselves end up making thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. I wanna help you to avoid making mistakes and make as much money as possible. So click on the link to join my Amazon FBA program before it's too late. As I mentioned, there's only 50 spots available. Those spots are going fast, and I'm closing registration in just a couple of days. On top of that, there is a $1,000 guarantee when you join my Amazon FBA program. If you don't succeed, then I'll pay you personally $1,000. So click on the link to join before it's too late.